Hey guys, this is Don and welcome to creating your first form. We're going to go in here to Page Designer Pro. We're going to click on Design and then click on the New Template button. We'll give it a name, in this case Demo 1. Create that. And then we're going to add a background. And I've already copied the URL from our site here. I'm going to just paste that in, click Apply, and you'll see that pops up there in the background. Now I'm going to add some labels. First one we're going to do is Name. Go ahead and add that. And I'm going to put an input field here next to it. And in this input field, I'm going to make this required. I'm going to put a placeholder, so this will show in the blank there to give people an idea what they're supposed to do. And I'm going to just give this a full name as the input name. I'm going to add a second input field here. This will be for the email account. So same thing, we'll come in here, we're going to make this, I'm going to say here, please enter your email address. We're going to change the size of this to 200. We're going to make it required, and we're going to call it email. Click Apply. You'll see the little red star next to it. That means that it's required. Change the size here to 200 so it matches up with the email field. There you go. Now I'm going to add another label here so that we can go ahead and put that in and say email here. And you can see we can move these around quite easily and align them. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm going to do a more refined alignment. I'm going to start setting these so they're similar. So I used 45 and 135 here. So again, I'm going to select 45, and this one needs to be about 175 pixels from the top. You can see that aligns them to the left. We'll do the same thing here. Make this first field 95 and set it at 135. Come down to the last one, set that at 95, which is from the left, and 175. So that aligns up all four of these elements together. All right, well great. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a different field. We're going to use a multiple choice field here. And in this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply use this to determine where they heard about us. So in this case, we're going to call this, we're going to go ahead and put in a couple of choices here. So they heard about us online. They heard about us from a friend. They heard about us on Facebook or other. And I'm going to simply call this source. And again, this is a required field. I'm going to drop this down just a little bit, and I'm going to put a label above it so that the person knows exactly what they're being asked to fill in here. And I'm just going to simply type in, how did you hear about us? Okay, great. So I'm going to move these around a little bit, get them centered so they look right, and I can just use this little corner four-pointed arrow to kind of move things around and get them aligned if I don't feel like actually inputting the pixels. Okay, we're going to show you one other thing here, which is how we can actually change the format or the fonts for a lot of these fields. Pretty much every field you can do this with. I'm going to go ahead and do it with the label here, and I'm just going to make this bottom part of the form a special offer. So we'll just type in here, special offer, do you want a 10% discount? And I'm going to pick a Comic Sans MS font, make it larger, change the color. This is really going to make it stick out. Click here to make sure that that's taken, and you'll see there it is right there. So now I can drag that around, and what I'm going to do is I am going to use a checkbox now for the person to basically say yes or no, do they want this special offer, and then that'll show up in our form. When they complete this form, they'll be able to go ahead and check this. So I'm going to just use in here, check here to get more info. Okay, and I've got to give it a name. So discount info, apply changes to that. It's not a required field because they may choose not to fill it out. And then the final thing we need to do is create a submit button. So let me go ahead and put that here. I'm going to make the submit button rather big. You can see the default is quite small. It's got a lot of possibilities here, so we're going to make it a little bit taller and definitely wider. We're going to change the font. I'm going to go ahead and pick Tahoma, which is a bigger font, bigger looking font. I'm going to make it 18. I'm going to make it bold. And I'm going to go ahead and change some of the colors here. So let's make it a yellow so it really stands out. Go ahead and select that. And then I'm going to make the background of the button kind of a darker blue so that it really kind of stands out against the yellow text. And there you go. You can see that fits in there nicely. very obvious that it's a submit button. And that's what we've been able to do very quickly. I'm going to save the template. Now I'm going to show you how to add it to a page. We go to all pages. I'm going to just go ahead and add a new page. I'm going to call this my demo contact page or contact form. And I'm going to click on this small little icon here. That's going to allow me to select the template I just did, which was demo 1. You can see it drops in a short code. And I'm going to go ahead and publish that. I'm going to go ahead and view the page. And there you go. There's our form. Just like that, we've been able to create it, and that was in under about 5.5 minutes. And I'll go ahead and just give you a sense. So you just fill it in, similar to any contact form you're used to seeing. And I can check this, and then all I have to do is hit submit, and then that would be added to our email. Thanks for watching. Bye.